Dan here, DD Speed Shop. So Camaro, back in the shop here. So we got a few parts. So we were waiting on turn signal switch, which I'm hoping this is exactly what we need. Looks like it kind of is. And it has the new style connector, which is sweet because that's what the wiring harness we have. Then it came with this, so if you want to connect old to the new, we have that. So that'll be going in at some point. But the real star of the show is seats. So I bought these I don't know what they're called, Pro somethings, Pro Car. So we had bought a set similar to this, like already dirty, on for Danny's gasser. So they're the exact same seat, except the one she had has more bolstering, kind of on the sides, and I think maybe more you sit in it. So these are like the stock style deal. So you can just kind of see what they look like beside. This is the bucket that was in there. So this is like out of a Chevelle Impala, mid full size, and this is obviously for a something smaller like this. So the real issue we run into was the width. So it's quite a bit narrower. So these, a lot of you guys recommend to get these, which is cool. If you're in the States, they're very affordable. I think it's like $600. These cost me 2 seats with tracks, exchange, shipping, and duty was like $1,000, which is kind of getting up there. Around here, I would pay, let's say $200-300 for a pair of seats like this that would need to be recovered. So you'd be into them for $600 or $700, $800, depending on what you did for what they need for foam and springs and all that sort of stuff. So it's a little more than, these are a little more than that. I mean, these just look nice because they kind of have the, the vintage look. These definitely look new. Now, the other thing is I DD Speed shopped it, as per usual. I went on the Summit website and I ordered 2 and didn't even think to order a left and a right. So guess what we have 2 of?
You really Danielled it.
We have 2 lefts. So there's one in the car already. I don't have the track on it. I just put it in there to kind of see. So you have, you can get in. You can, put the seat forward so everyone can get in the back. You're like, oh, that's so handy. And then on this one, this will be the passenger seat. And the handle is also on the left. So there you have it. Not the end of the world. You got to reach over and do whatever.
The front is the pull, to shimmy it forward, to adjust it, right? That's what this rod is.
Yeah, but they all have that.
Yeah, but some of them are on the side.
Whatever, it is what it is. So I mean, at this point, you have to reach over and hit it, or the driver can do it, or.
I feel like it's not that big of a deal.
Well, it's really not. Other than for the exact same price and this much more effort in ordering, it would have been right. So that's the problem. I mean, whatever. It's the way she goes. I'm not.
It's President Dan paying for past.
Yeah, lazy Dan there. So that's that. They come with tracks. So I'll pull this seat out. Well, I'll pull all the seats out, and I don't know. The cars are going away.
Oh yeah, maybe tell people what is sold because we're getting lots of emails.
Black Widow's gone, and I got a deposit. And we'll probably should clear up the deal tomorrow on the 57 hardtop. So they gone. And
what else is going to be available? Because people are emailing about stuff that won't ever be available.
56 4-door wagons coming home. That'll be gone. This will probably end up going as well. But I'd like to get this one a little more together. So I don't know how to price this one just yet. 68 Camaro is coming home. I want to put that together, make it into a roller. Same thing, I don't really have a price on that yet because I don't know what it's going to be. I like to put my, my eyes on it before I go too crazy. What else do we got?
Cobra.
Cobra's going. Cobra will be gone. The 57 Roadster convertible thing I made, it'll go. That'll be cheap. I'm going to sell that for parts. And ultimately, if nobody wants to pay my price, I will cut that car in half and take the sheet metal out of it and put it in something else. What else do we have there? Your Chevy 2 probably go. We got to get that from down south. Bring that back. And then, what else? My 71 Nova might be for sale. I'm fighting that one out big time. I'll probably ask more than that thing's even worth because it has sentimental value to me. But that is a legitimate SS 4-speed car, so there is some, it doesn't have the factory driveline in it, but it is a nice car to start with. So those are all going. Probably Facebook's your best bet. Follow Facebook, and I'm kind of posting stuff there and all that. I don't know if you're in the States, I don't know how to ship it there. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I don't know delivery. I don't know any of those things. People are asking me left and right. It's kind of on you guys. I'll gladly help, but I don't have time to do research how to quote to every single state in the US of A.
And deposits.
Deposits, yeah, I've had a few people kind of say they want it and back out and stuff like that, and it's not that's the end of the world. I mean, I can appreciate people are interested in all that stuff, but going forward, I will be taking deposits, which I hate being that guy, or show up with a trailer and she's yours with cash. The keepers are going to be the black Nomad for sure, Danny's blue 57 for sure, my 55 2-lane car for sure. Those ones for sure. The blue Nomad I'd really like to keep. We'll see how finances go. It's part of the reason we're selling stuff is to afford to have a couple nice cars maybe. And ultimately start all over again. So yeah, I think I kind of covered everything. Well, it is what it is. I appreciate you guys hanging out and being interested in all the stuff. And you know what the best vindication is? We should talk about this on the old podcast. But for everybody that calls, says I have junk and all that stuff, people are buying my stuff. So there you go. It can't be that hacky. Okay, let's put this wrong seat together.
Well, it can, just their standards are low. They'll take a car with 2 left seats.
I'm pricing stuff, I think, fairly. This one, actually, if you want to go over to that side, you can kind of see how it's going to sit, I think. It should be okay. Might have to drop it down just a little, but it's not bad. This one's sitting a little too low, so it's a fine line. These seats sit right in the tunnel and the rocker. It's quite a little ordeal. I do need to kind of have them sitting rather low. I am a little bit on the large side, so I'll probably have to make some custom brackets and stuff, but I don't remember actually what we did on your car.
I bet there's a video on it.
Yeah. Man, I should really stop using this thing as a workbench, eh?
What else do you use it for?
It's just a piece of shit Camaro. What the? Hang on, I got it.
Stamps that you like. Put something there to get it open.
You really don't. Oh no. The bag is open. Are we missing hardware? No, we're not. Perfect. Oh, we kind of are. It's probably in the box though. Need 2 more of these. Negative. Son of a... Well, I guess this one will just space down a little. It had spacers. I don't know if they're optional. Again, there's no instructions. From Malaysia. But what I did on the other one is I put track and then a spacer to lift it up a little bit. So this one won't have that option, I guess. Or we'll try and see what happens, and then worst case we will put washers in there. I guess I could put just a couple of washers in to be on the safe side now that I think about it. Let's just do that.
Don't you want it sitting low anyway?
Yeah, but I don't know if it'll rub against the upholstery and stuff, you know what I mean? So, I definitely want it as low as possible. So we'll put a couple in, but if this sits right there, I don't want that rubbing. So we'll just put 2 washers as a spacer. Because what else would a guy do? Complain? No, we don't do that around here. We're Canadian, we're too nice. Right? Also, I assume that I'll put this seat in and set it and forget it, because you're never going to drive this thing. Maybe Merle will drive it once. He's a bit of a short crotch. So these things, do I have this right? there. Bit of a hassle to kind of get started, but oh, there's another spacer. We're only missing one. But don't worry, we're not going to go back and double check anything here. That's just probably a spacer jammed up in one of the tracks. Away she goes.
That'll be inconvenient for somebody else.
Because we're going to put this thing in once, bolt her on down. These didn't really line up very good actually in the other one. And it's a friggin' 12 millimeter socket, which I do kind of hate. Off-sized junk, I'm not gonna lie, but hey, beggars can't be choosers. Okay, so we got that in. Wanna hold that? Good work. Mediocre work. Now this one, all this is the exact same thing, but the piece is cut, which I always think is kind of hilarious. So we gotta, ouch, get it going there. Ow! I need more, what I need something though. This one's stiff.
Maybe there's a washer in it.
Oh, maybe there is. Son of a bitch, there is. Look how easily it glides now. So anyways, we have all the hardware. But there's no point using it at this point.
We've already got our own washer.
We're committed. What can I say? Man. Just like my lack of patience with ordering, I have the lack of patience with assembly, with instructions. I mean, what will we do? Stop, unbolt it?
Well, a lady on Facebook commented and she said if you could just slow down and, you know, make sure you have everything that you need when you, like, are going through stuff. Take the time. In
my defense, I do have everything I need. Because you know why? It's going together. That's the way she goes. Okay, so we'll get this in here right quick. Ratchet. Look, I'm not even impacting it on. That's how much I care. So just send it home and ultimately, if it all goes to crap, we'll just go ahead and weld it. Is that? Hang on. Didn't tighten this one all the way. It wasn't too bright. Not like me at all. Now, so just take your time. So this here, how does this go? Yes, that's what we want. So we sneak this guy in there, and then this, it's a bit of a pain, but we have to get her lined up like that. I should be able to kind of pull that in, give her a little tighten, and as we, so this rod here moves our jaws there, and at the same time it pulls the jaws there. So there you go, installed. Now I have to decide how I want to put these in, I guess. I should weld some tabs maybe. I might watch the video I did of yours and just see exactly what I did. Or I could just flatten those out maybe. Or you could look how a real Camaro is bolted in. We'll do a little research here, you know, the classic thinking about it and not rushing. And we'll be right back. Okay, so it's, I don't know, a day later or something like that, after we put the seats together wrong. So I have to decide how I want to mount this thing. Now, my concern is I want it as low as possible. So originally, did you just yawn?
I was trying to hold it.
This is riveting. Anyway, so I want to mount this thing. Now it has these brackets, and you can buy a whole attachment deal for it, but everything I read in the comments, and it's nothing bad, it just lifts the seats higher and higher and higher because you're bolting on more and more things. I want as little lift as possible. So what I think I'm going to do is I just have this, 3/4 or 1 inch, whatever it is, angle. And if I can go ahead and clamp this together, something kind of like this, across. Gentle, Dan, gentle. Yeah, this will work. I think it'll work. We'll have to level it out and all that. But something along like that. Now, obviously, I'll be trimming off these tabs, so we'll lower it. We'll bolt the seat to this angle, and then we can just weld, or if you want to bolt this down to the floor, you can do that as well. I was thinking that's probably the plan. If we want, I do have some rod. We could join it front and back or something, but this is probably going to be the easiest, is what my thoughts are. So I'm just kind of playing with it a little bit. I'm going to mark these. We're going to drill some holes. We'll literally nut and bolt it right to the seat. Then we'll flip the carpet on the car, put the seat where I want it, tack it into place, and then weld it all, unbolt the seat, cut my little strip here, and this whole thing will fit through the floor, I'm thinking. And kind of go from there, and then if you want, I guess you could adjust it, or I don't even know if I need the whole width apart. It'll give it some strength. It's a race car, right? So I'm just going to do a little screw around here. We'll play with the first one and see what we can accomplish, and go from there with our 2 driver's side seats. You're all yawned out.
I probably got a few more in me.
So here's what I ended up building. We can maybe do the next one live, but just the 2 angles. I had to recess this a little bit to get the the little release there, and then I just welded 2 pieces of random rod, 0 measuring, just kind of to hold it. And this, honestly, what I'm thinking is I'll put it down. It'll be easy to weld the front but not the back, wherever we have for placement. And then we can just take all 4 bolts out. These are just, finger tight. And then the base plate will stay there. We can weld it all in, finish weld these in, be nice and sturdy. And then just 4 bolts, it should kind of slide into place and go. It can slide side to side, up and down just a little bit, but our goal is hopefully a perfect fitment. Let's walk over here. Let me get the door for you. And I don't know if I took the seat out this side or not. Oh yeah. So place this down here. Someone really did a heck of a job wiring this thing. So the way these things work, man, there's the amount of preparation we did was light. So there's these 4 holes. I'm really having trouble speaking today. 4 holes here where the seat's originally bolted to. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to I should have maybe measured, it's probably gonna be back here now that I'm looking at it. We'll weld to there, we'll have to build some sort of a thing across there as well. And tack this seat in and kind of go from there. Okay, actually just move so I can get the seat. It's probably good for the Corinthian leather. What's this gonna be like? Oh, it's not bad. The back is going to touch the sides. So this is going to be as far back as the seat will go. Honestly, stand here touching the seat, so for a big guy like myself, that is where it's going to be. So I think what I'll probably do, we'll center it up. I'm just going to tack this front, so we get the welder set up, we'll tack the front in so it's level, and then we can unbolt the seat, and then we can make whatever bracket at the back we have to make, cut the carpet to fit, should be fine. Wow. It still looks like it's kind of tight, even though that's all the way back. These are tiny cars. Man, I already beat these up. And I'll polish out. Let's get set up. Okay, we got the China welder dialed together. So let's look about centered, I guess, to you. Centered-ish. Maybe just that way a little. So see if we can give her a quick tack weld. Whoa. Did I turn the gas on? Are we out of gas? Can you open the bottle? Did I forget to turn that on? That'd be embarrassing.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's much nicer.
How much do I open it?
All the way. Perfect.
I missed all the action.
I'm not gonna lie, there wasn't that much action. Other than me not having the welding gas on.
Yeah, that's pretty dumb.
That's pretty embarrassing, yeah. Yeah, I don't weld
But at
much.
least it didn't take like half an hour to figure it out. Like
What?
some people have.
Who is that?
Old people.
People forget to turn their welding gas on?
Yeah.
What kind of idiot would do that? Okay,
You.
I've done that?
No.
No. I'm not gonna lie, I believe you if I did. So I'm gonna pull this apart real quick. It's a little tight here, and then honestly, it's about the same height as this one, just sitting in there, and that felt good when I was sitting in it before. Get this all dialed together. Pull the seat out. So we'll be back shortly. Bracket welded in there. It looks a little good because whatever, it is what it is, but she's locked in. I had to make a little pedestal for it to sit on that side, but now we can kind of pull this back down to where we want it. And then I just had a razor blade. What do I do with it? Oh, here it is. I should be able to just kind of make a slice. I'll make sure this is exactly where we want it though. Been down this road before. So that's that. Let's give her a slight operation. This razor blade is not the best. There we go. I'll slip through just like that. Be able to put our hardware through there and just see a little bit of the structure. So we'll go ahead and get this all dialed. Life will be good. Bolt the seat in, and hopefully it will fit. Because let's be honest, it's a bit of a gong show, but we'll get that dialed and we'll make the bracket for the other one. This thing will have seats in it. We only had one minor problem where a zip disc exploded, but other than that, it was totally fine.
And I will no longer be standing behind you.
Oh yeah, we never want to stand behind a zip disc. That's just, yeah, this would be perfect. Look at this. It'll all just work out. The only thing which, looking back, I mean I could do that side, but whatever. I have the seat sitting inside of the rails, which is fine, but if I had the seat sitting on the outside of the rails, I could then weld the nut, and then be a little less screwing around, because it's a little tight to get those started. I'll see you when this thing's bolted in. The car is very small. That's the problem. Like, I am sitting on the ground, and it's still, I mean, it feels it's a little nomad-y, but the Nomad has a tall roof but curves down a lot. Like the seat, it's literally, it's 1 inch away from the back seat. Like there's no going further back unless we're taking the back seat right out. Steering wheel's not in the right place. It has to have to go up just a little bit, but it's, I mean, it's, I guess it is what it is. Like, I don't understand how big guys ever fit these cars. Like, if I went down to the dealership in 1967, it's like, I'm buying a 67 4-speed whatever Camaro, I think I'm leaving with a Chevelle. Like, it's very, I don't know, it just feels tight. And like, I don't know how much, we can't do much else unless we like some like race buckets in it or something like that, but then you're all the way down, all the way back. So I guess that's why you see short guys driving Camaros. You know, it's not bad. I don't like this. This is not the plan. This is how this feels driving the Cobra when I was shifting. And when you take your foot out, you're into the door type thing. I mean, I don't know. It's as good as it's gonna be. Clearly for someone else though. Like, it's just not gonna be the car that I want to drive. Maybe I should have sat in one before I bought two. DD Speed Shop economics. The last thing you do, you find out you don't like it. Anyway, it sounds good. And we'll go with the other garage. We'll make the bracket for Danny's seat. And we'll just do the same thing, weld that in right quick. I think that'll be enough. We can both sit in it, look cool. Do I look ridiculous in it? Do I feel like I'm a big guy in a little car.
Big guy in a little car.
Like I can't even close the door because all the wiring is here, but hang on, let me just organize this real quick. Hang on, I got it. Actually, I don't, like this is where my knee's gonna be when putting it on the clutch. Yeah. Bummer. Oh well. Back to Tri-5s, I guess.
Not for the Sasquatchian man.
It's definitely, I didn't think they were so small, like, because I fit the Nova, and they're identical, I thought, just a different body. But like, yeah, the seat is, like, it's touching the back seat. There's no going further back. Well, so maybe I'm helping someone else out. If you're like a 6'2", 3", slightly overweight individual, and you really want a Camaro, you really want a Chevelle, just so you know. Bummer. Okay, let's go build the other seat. Okay, so we got our pieces cut. They're basically the same, other than the front one has a little recess for the this thing. How did I do this? Like that, I guess. Let's put some bolts in here. I sliced off, I cut right in the middle, so 1.5 adjusters is gone, but that's fine. It's all fine. So we're gonna do that. I guess the only real tidbit is make sure both your tracks are lined up. So I mean, this one's two ticks back. She's minty. And then I think we're gonna go, ooh, that one's a little tight. Maybe we'll drill that one out a little bit. Just kind of eyeballed all these things. So we're just using 5/16 hardware, which is, I think whatever I'm adding is stronger than whatever structure came out of Malaysia here. Nothing against Malaysia, I'm just saying. Who are we kidding? The steel we're probably using is out of Malaysia too. So that's all kind of dialed together. And I did like how I joined those ones. So here's what I did on the other one. It was really precision measuring here. So we'll just do one right quick. Cover your ears. Just gonna measure it. Okay. Now, man, this shirt is not the plan. So the other one I kind of put off to the center here, and then I went off to the side just to avoid any of the ugliness. Now here's the best part the internet's gonna love. We're gonna weld right over these brand new seats. And the fire blankets are not right beside me. But don't worry, I've done this before. Just give her one. This one, I'll put my glove under it. So we're just tacking it in there. And then we'll do the other one, and then we'll see you over there. We'll put this sucker together. Okay, so we placed the seat in, and I gave it just a tack weld to hold the bracket down. I think all the bolts are out. So pull this out right quick. Gentle. And where's my welding helmet? Is it on the other side? So now he's gonna weld this sucker right in that door. It's got no stop on it. It's missing, so it keeps poking me in the butt and grabbing some of my loose threads. It actually ripped 2 buttons off my favorite shirt.
I have to tell you, I think it's time we throw out that shirt.
I was just thinking today it's time we take it in and get it patched.
Oh, yeah?
We just take it in.
Sure?
Get it patched up, some new buttons. After they laugh at us, they'll be like, no, we're serious. So,
I have to hold this open for you.
oh, thank you. So we got that in. Where did I put my piece I just cut? I'm going to lose it. Oh, here it is. So, kind of want to eyeball this into place just to hold it level-ish. So, give this a quick ouch. Come on. There we go. So we'll weld this in. That ain't going nowhere. So now it's sturdy, but I can still obviously move around. So this side I weld right to the rocker, which is like double wall, extra thick. And I didn't do any cleaning on this side, so that should be... Oh yeah, that sounds good. Just a small fire. Oh, jeez. I mean, how strong does it have to be? It's only the seats. Now I'll weld this all the way across the back. Oh yeah, that sounds like a good one. The next guy decides to restore this thing back to new. Will curse us. Why would someone have done this? I think, like, you said you were gonna hold the door.
I had an itch.
Were you yawning?
No, my nose itch.
You're not looking at the weld, are you? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what I'm filming half the time either. Okay, so that's in there. We'll just buzz this one down. Oh yeah. I don't think that's going nowhere. Whoops. You know, when in doubt, just give her a few more tack welds, but I think that is plenty sturdy. We'll let this just cool off for a minute before we roll on all this carpet, which has a tendency to burst into flames, and then we'll plug the seat in. We'll be back in 4 minutes. So the first thing I'm going to do is rip out some of this insulation. It's going to be right where I want to get to the seats. And where?
On your head.
My Mr. Heavy Chevy hat? My Mike Cotton hat? My Vice Grip hat? Is that who we want to support today? Is that where they're spending their hard-earned American dollars? Or they're going to ddsspeechshop.ca.
I think that one.
Honestly, you know, buy whatever hat you want to buy, because everybody works hard and they all deserve it. Just don't go to Morski's channel and don't buy a Morski hat. Because honestly, if you don't buy my hat, I get it. But if you buy a Morski hat, I'm upset. Okay, so now...
That money can be much better spent.
Well, you know...
Somebody else.
That, yeah. Like, literally anybody else deserves the money. More than that. Crook, bandito, thief, hack. Those engineers, they think they're better than you. Okay. I think we got that in there, not too bad. The other side I kind of butchered, unfortunately, so... But again, don't support Morski.com. Oh, there's a peanut shell in here.
Why would you smell that?
I don't think I brought that in here. You smell things, that's what you do around here. Actually, speaking of smell, these new seats, they smell like an Escalade in here now. It's fine Malaysian leather, vinyl, whatever. Okay, so we'll cut this out. Just a little. might be a little excessive for the amount of support and all that, but you know what? Seats should be rather permanent, if you ask me. Oh, this side's got to go down a little. Sitting right down in the sill is very strange. Again, you're not going to see any of the back. The front, unfortunately, you do see, and that's just kind of the way it's going to be. I've learned that lesson over the years now, that when you put, well, when I put seats back so I can fit in a car, you end up seeing all the front tracks and stuff like that. It's kind of hokey and ugly, but nah. This is still hot. I just felt it on my fingertip. Or scooterrepair.com. Okay, where's the front one? Here, you think? So you feel lucky? You brought a deadlight? What is this, Danielle? We're trying to be better than Mordsky.
We'll never be better than Mordsky.
Well, it can't be any worse. Let me slice that open. Here we go. Now this one's a bit of a hassle because the way it kind of fits, but I want to make sure we have it somewhat decent. We can get a bolt in there. I gotta work fast. Can you pass me that seat? You just want to install it? Wow, the look of pure determination you had there was pretty good. Did it go on the outside? How do we do this? I don't quite remember.
You want me to play back the tape?
Did it go on the...
You went on the outside, I believe.
Did it?
Outside front, I believe.
We'll do it this way. It fits either way. Ugh. My knees.
You could just look at the other seat, you know.
Well, we don't know I did both the same. In my defense. And I think... Oh no, this should be fine. So now we're just going to go ahead and put some fasteners in here. What is going on? There we go. Lights are failing. I'm hungry.
No, we all know you're hungry.
I had a small fit earlier. What is going on here? Hang on. How? This was all welded together. Oh, it must have to go like that. Oh yeah, that's how it is. I got it, guys, don't worry. I got it. People are screaming at their tube TV. What is going on? This might be a comeback. Oh, there we go.
So like we said, go visit MordskyRepair.com.
He doesn't get mad at all. I wish I could be like that guy. Cool as a cucumber. Did I get this one?
You have better hair.
I think I have hair. Okay, so that's in. I will, we gotta bolt these all down now. It's a bit of a hassle, back forth, screwing around. So we'll do that, we'll come back, we'll take a look at it. We'll both sit in it. Danny will not be able to touch anything because she's so short, and I will be cranky. I don't fit. My dream car. You wanna hop in? We'll pretend like we're driving. Does it feel comfy? You nodded. People can't hear you nod. You gotta be like, Dan, I'm so glad that we're only gonna be 1 week late on the mortgage payment because of these seats you bought. They're very similar to the seats we bought for that Chevy 2 of yours. I feel like we had more room in that Chevy 2. Mm-hmm. Like, I can't quite get my head around.
It's a very, like, skinny car.
What are you saying about us?
Saying the car is very skinny.
Well, yeah, I spent a lot of time in this thing, screwing around, and I didn't think we'd have a fitment issue. Like, even you're kind of like, usually you're like a ways away. Like, you can damn near touch the tote boards. Okay, well, it's in. I will say, I think the seats are great. I would spend $1,000 again on those, because by the time you get old seats for $200-300, pay to have them recovered, you're $700-800 in a set of seats. That's what every pair of seats seems to cost me now. And these are definitely small though, eh? Like you feel like you're kind of hanging off the side.
I don't.
Oh no, just me? So I will say, for people who are asking me about these pro cars, I think they're great, and I will say the bolstered ones are better in your car.
Yeah.
Because they kind of curve out a little bit more and kind of hold you in. These, I feel like I am not, I mean, I guess I'm a slightly larger individual, but I feel it like my arms go straight back beside myself. Like it's a bit of a weird one, but it is what it is. Definitely Chevelle Impala seats for the cars I'll be buying from now on is the plan. But yeah, this is where we're gonna leave it. So thank you very much for watching. It's just tight in here. I do have, like I said, I have that turn signal switch, so we'll dial that all together. We'll start putting all the wiring under the dash. I actually want to bring that 68 Camaro home right away and see if there's any parts I can scavenge off that to put in this, like headlight switch and all those sort of things, or ignition switch kind of hold downs, and if there's anything here for I don't know what goes here. Someone put gauges in maybe, and I think this is your heat and then a radio, so it's pretty simple. Maybe a dash pad. Yeah, we'll start stopping that thing together for sale, but I just want to sit in this thing and make revving noises. This car's gonna look super cool driving through the Princess Auto parking lot, but driving every day, probably not the plan. But thanks for watching. Subscribe below if you don't mind, and I will see you on the next one. Oh, and Danny's got a podcast Mondays. So far, it's been on Monday. Thanks for watching. Okay, just squeeze out of this.
We didn't see any butt crap.
Well, what can I say?